Hi, it's Alex from Clive Pierce Property. I'm here at Sunny Corner in Cusgarne and we've come to have a look at a beautifully positioned 2-bedroom detached house set in grounds of approximately an acre, and I stress we haven't measured that, but visually it's approximately an acre. And the grounds follow the hedge line as you can see really. So to my right there's a hedge boundary. And then this was a former orchard for the manor, so there are a number of lovely apple trees you can see in blossom, along with beautiful bluebells in the field here. So the boundary coming along the right-hand side hedge line, the hedge line at the end of this paddock, and then up to the top. And we've got a sort of a driveway coming down in. And then some areas of garden. There is a carport to the rear of the property as well. There is also the option to purchase by separate negotiation a paddock down below, which will interest really anyone looking for an equestrian property, because there is a paddock below, which again, not measured, but is thought to be approximately 2 acres, give or take. And if you come down, you can see the slope goes down here and then it would go into that lower paddock. So I stress this paddock is not included in the sale, but is available by separate negotiation. And it's the sloping paddock just down below this fence boundary, hedge boundary rather. And Sunny Corner is just such a lovely spot. It's very, very convenient. You're positioned between some key villages. You're not far from Perranwell Station, but equally you can be back into Truro quite quickly, across to Falmouth and Penryn quickly, and down to Redruth quickly. Handy for both coasts, great for access to the south coast and Myla for boating, sailing, all down there. So much to do from here, and it's a little kind of lost world valley. And of course the Bisso Trail with bike chain, the bike shop and cafe is not far away. So if you like to go mountain biking, walking, running, any of those sort of outdoor ideas, you can do that really easily from here. Join the trail and cycle across to Portreath. And of course this area very, very popular with those who keep horses or like to ride. And this property, I think you'll agree, particularly if someone did purchase the separate field below, would be plenty of ground to keep a pony or two at home. So really lovely, such a gorgeous setting. And we're going to take a look at the property. Once inside, we step into a tiled entrance hallway with space for hanging coats. And I love the way that this front door has been kept clear to look down at that view. Absolutely lovely. So it's a lovely light, bright house pointing approximately southeast here, looking across the valley. It is beautiful. So practical tiled flooring continuing into the kitchen. You can see Dimplex Quantum electric heater there. So it's electric heating, UPVC double glazing. Again, that lovely view. And then we come through, we've got a kitchen dining room here, or kitchen breakfast room, depending on how you want to configure the house. A nicely appointed kitchen. So we've got built-in 45cm dishwasher just tucked in there. And then there is an induction hob, AEG induction hob with chimney style extractor over. Lovely views out that way again. Just see to the far, well, long way into the distance. And then built-in microwave and double oven. There's a very nice feature with this pantry here, really useful pantry cupboard. And then ground floor cloakroom WC is very nicely appointed with a wall hung WC with concealed push button system. Nice little basin there. Nice choice of interior doors, all replaced with black handles and oak style planking. And then we've got space and plumbing for laundry appliances in here. So space and plumbing for washing machine, space for a tumble dryer. So a good little utility, which is handy because you come in through the back door here from the covered carport. So you could park under cover and come in the back door where you've got WC, really handy for gardening, and the utility, great for pet owners. And everywhere you look, you get these amazing views. So then we come through to the living room, currently used as a lounge and study, but again, would take a nice little dining table in here if you wanted more of a lounge diner. So again, you can just see that carport to the rear of the property. Very handy to have some covered parking. And there is a chimney in place, so although that's an electric fire, just sort of covering the fireplace, as it were, you could, if somebody wanted to install a wood-burning stove or have a working fire here, I understand that they could. And I like the sort of dual aspect nature, these corner windows, this one looking down the orchard there. Look at that. And then also looking across the valley. And then we'll pop upstairs and have a look up there. So up on the first floor landing, I like the carpet with stair rods, the sort of runner style carpet. And I've just got to show you out of this window, look at that. Very old apple tree in blossom. Absolutely lovely. And a beautiful camellia next to it. So up here, we've got the main bedroom, which is a dual aspect double bedroom. Again, with that view down to the sort of orchard end, down that way, and down into the valley, down that way. And it's a good double, plenty of room for double bed and additional furniture. And then the family bathroom has been nicely refitted. So we come in, we've got the airing cupboard there, illuminated mirror, concealed push button cistern and wall hung WC, wall hung basin with monoblock mixer tap, and then a very nice deep fill dual end bath with that monsoon shower coming down from the ceiling. So a lovely job on the bathroom. And then the second bedroom. And this one, also a good double bedroom. Nice, another nice dual aspect room. So views down the valley, far-reaching views, and across the valley, absolutely lovely, and would comfortably take a double bed. Currently used as a bit of a gym and work from home space, but actually good double bedroom also. And of course, built-in wardrobe to my left there. And we'll go and have a further look outside. And so finally, back out at the front in the garden here, and you can see nicely landscaped with some really lovely hard landscaping, stone features there, and a little pond to the end. Amazing far-reaching views in that direction. And fantastic views across the valley, look at that. There is a block-built building down the end here, and the gate goes out to the lane. This building, of course, presents a few sort of opportunities, would make a lovely workshop, garden store or studio. Would be a great art studio. And this is the garden to the rear. You can see it's been left sort of wild to bluebells and wildflowers, but actually some might want to further garden that. There's a lovely stone wall. You can just see bits of stone. There's a nice stone retaining wall to the rear there. And really, this is a very special property. In such a lovely location. Just going to come down and give you that view from the pond here. Look at that. So we've got the garden here with that shed with possibilities. Gorgeous 2-bedroom, detached, relatively modern house. And then the paddock and orchard there. Absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend coming to view. And if you'd like to book a viewing, do please get in touch. It's Clive Pierce Property on 01872 272 622.